Hi, this is Julie Murphy with Arizona Farm Bureau, and I'm here with the Sullivan family. Nicole is to my left, and Stephen is to my right, and they are the owners of...
Flying S Cattle Company.
Yes, Flying S Cattle Company. I kind of went blank there. Thank goodness for you, Nicole.
You're welcome.
And where we go live in these sessions, or talk to a farmer, talk to a rancher, and in this case, what should I say? Meat processors?
Meat processors.
Yes. We're doing a series. This is, I believe, our fourth one. And oftentimes we are going right to the location. So I'm very excited about this. And I'm very excited about finding out a little bit more about the Sullivan family. And my first question I'm going to have you both answer. I'll start with Steve. Steve, tell me your story.
So I grew up in Crane Creek, Arizona, on the farming community. We had a small little meat facility down there in the early 90s. It was a little ahead of its time at that time. We moved up here in 2005?
Yes.
And started raising and processing our own beef. It all started because I have an autoimmune disorder, and we started raising our own beef because I could eat it.
Yeah.
And we went, I think, what was this when we first opened this facility? It was 7 years ago?
Yes.
Is when we opened this during the COVID, everything going on with pre-COVID, because everybody was wanting their own beef and they were couldn't go to the stores and they wanted it this way. So that's kind of how this all started.
And demand exploded.
Exactly.
Nicole, tell me your story.
I actually was born and raised in California.
Oh, fun.
I met
California girl.
Yes, ma'am.
The two.
Yes. I actually went ahead and met Stephen there in 2001. 2002, excuse me. And then we started dating in 2003. I moved out here to Arizona and been following him ever since.
Now, do you have any ag background or were you a true blue California girl?
I was a true blue California girl. I did spend most of my time at the beach. I did go ahead. I did. But my dad was born and raised in Chino, California, in the dairy portions of that time. And so my dad went ahead and took us, my brother and I, to the dairies to go ahead and, see how everything was made as far as milk and all that kind of stuff. I fell in love with the cows and the calves. So I've always been at heart
there you go.
this lifestyle, but now I'm full blown in.
So, and I can tell you guys are truly a partnership. So the next question I'm going to ask is about rewards and challenges with the business, and I'm going to start with Nicole.
Okay.
This is always fun to get the wife's perspective on that.
So, as far as a partnership with my husband, being together 24/7 and having this business from the moment we either raise our own to slaughter and process to customer slaughtering and process is a big challenge. Not gonna lie, we do go ahead and get at each other, but for the most part, I wouldn't have it any other way. I would, I would go. But the biggest thing that helps us out is our foundation for the Lord.
Oh, awesome.
So we have our foundation first, and for God, and then we go ahead and we come together ourselves. If it wasn't for Him, this business, our relationship, as well as our partnership in this business wouldn't be possible.
Yeah, because you know what? Any of our food supply chain businesses, starting with production, our farmers and ranchers, it's a slog. It's hard.
Oh, yes.
But now I absolutely know that you're my sister because we're sister in the Lord.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Exactly.
so good. All right, now you get the chance. Challenges, rewards.
So rewards and goals for us is being able to help the community around us. Going and helping the ranchers. If we're seeing something abnormal with their beef, we can give them info on hey, this is what's going on. You can treat this thing. The other thing is being able to help people that have the same issues I have, of getting them the right food back. If you have corn allergies, there's a different process here. So being able to help the people, help the community, that's what we're working on here. That's our whole goal in this facility, is to help the community.
Yeah, and it's all custom. So if I raised a beef and I called upon you guys, you would harvest it for me.
Yes, ma'am.
And because it's custom, you have a wide-ranging slate of customers. The beef might be exclusively grass-raised, or it might be corn-finished. You've got everything. It just depends on what your customer brings to you. And you do both beef and pork.
Yes.
Okay. The other thing is I want to give some props to, Gila. I just kind of went blank there for a second. Gila County Farm Bureau, and Angie Newbold is the president. And you're also on the board, correct?
Yes, we're both on the board.
You're both on the board?
Yes,
Okay, so you stay busy. And that's the other thing that I always find as a commonality across all sectors in the food supply chain, is that most of the time our people that are laboring together, especially in these smaller communities, they're also volunteering, and it's a whole community affair. There was something you said before we even started this where, you know, we have to come together because I might have a resource that somebody else doesn't have. So I hand over, you know, help with my resources and vice versa. It's kind of that paying it forward, paying it back. And
yeah, for like us, Angie Newbold is a blessing to us.
yeah.
She helps us with our book work, and then in return, we help them with their well business. They have Gila pumps.
Okay.
And up here. So we got, as a community, we all have to work together to make it in today's life. That's the only way that we're going to succeed.
Right. Did you ever imagine that this is where this California girl would be?
No. No. Being honest, no, I did not. But I always knew I wasn't going to stay in California. So I knew I wasn't going to stay there, but I did not know that this was the lifestyle that was destined for me. But I love it. I love every aspect of it. I love the community that we have created, and the community that our community that we do help here in Gila, in the Gila County area. All the ranchers that we go ahead and get to meet, the customers. I handle mostly the scheduling and and the pickups, drop-offs and pickups. So I get to interact with the customers. A lot of them, with me being a dental assistant here in town prior to doing this, I have some patients that I used to work with that are our customers. So to be able to go ahead and visit with everybody is great. Sometimes he can go ahead and he can say that I spend a little bit more time chatting. But I think
you're the customer service.
Exactly. You got to go ahead and do it. But I think what, for the most part, is that's what they like, is the personalism and the feeling of family that they are made felt when they come here to go ahead and schedule anything.
What's so neat, too, I want to emphasize, this facility is really not as big as I thought it would be. You walk into it, though, and it's just pristine. It smells lovely. It smells clean. Now, granted, I know that you're not harvesting anything right now. You guys are on a 2-week break, a 3-week
So
break?
we're shut down for 3 weeks.
Okay.
And that's just to do our yearly maintenance.
Okay.
Major cleaning, we keep the shop at the cleanest you can get it.
Yeah, it smells clean. It's pristine.
And then to do a lot of maintenance of the painting, cleaning, and just that normal stuff every year, we shut down for at least 3 to 4 weeks just to stay up on it. Because if not, it'll get away from you in a facility like this.
Yes, and let me regurgitate some of the things you told me before we went live. You can butcher in this shop 3 to 4 steer in a week, is that right? Or
so a week's time, we do about 7 to 8 beef a week.
Okay.
Is what we do.
And then translate that to the entire year. By the time you're done, how many animals have you harvested?
So normally our yearly harvest is about 300 to 325 beef a year, depending on how much time we take off and what occurs, and about 200 to 250 hogs a year.
Wow. And again, customers are coming to you. It sounds like you don't have to do any marketing whatsoever.
That's been the blessing, is since when we did go ahead and just have our mom and pop shop over behind our house, those customers came, and as more and more people found out, it's just spread like wildfire through the word of mouth. And so it's been a big blessing that we didn't have to go ahead and do a bunch of advertising. But now that we are getting bigger and there's other requests for a lot more other things, soon to come is going to be a website that we're going to go ahead and have to where people can find out a little bit more information about us and pricing and where to contact for scheduling and that sort of thing.
Awesome. But I'm just amazed. The other thing that you showed us is and you're going to probably have to make sure that I say it right, but the room that you go into where the carcasses are hanging.
So the walk-in cooler?
The walk-in cooler. Okay. You know, I'm very novice.
You're fine.
Okay, the walk-in cooler. I was amazed at how many steer or carcasses you can.
Yeah, so the one on the kill floor, we can hang about 14 beef. The one on the inside in here, we can hang about 8 to 9 beef. And they're getting about 14 to 16 days of aging on them.
Okay.
Is what our goal is for them. It depends on the carcasses. If they're like a grass finished carcass, we might talk to the customer and shorten it up a little bit just because of the aging process.
And then we went into another room where it was very color coded by the color bins. Talk about that.
So all the tubs in here are color coordinated to the beef. So when you bring us bring us a beef to process, we'll give you like a blue tag on your carcass. So then when it comes in here and we process it, all that meat will go into blue tubs. So when we do the grind, you're going to get back the meat off of your beef.
Perfect.
And a lot of the reasons is because of allergies. If we do somebody that has a corn allergy, that we make sure we keep it all separated and so that it doesn't get no cross-contamination.
Knowing that you have your own autoimmune disorder, it sounds like you're being really sensitive to people that might have some unique autoimmune issue on their own. Yeah, and ultimately, what we're standing in now then is because of the surge of custom customer demand that you got.
Yes, ma'am. That is correct.
Okay.
Yes.
Did you envision, I mean, it's not massive, but it was a pretty big construction job to take care of this, right?
Yes.
Okay.
When we designed this was supposed to be a retirement deal. And it kind of took off.
Sorry.
Yeah. So it took off after that. The other thing is electricity wise, I wanted to keep it to where it was functionable, but you don't have a lot of space that you're trying to cool.
Sure.
The inside in here where we're talking at right now is a cutting room. It stays right around high 40s, right at 50 degrees in here when we're cutting year round. We can drop it down in here lower if we need to, just to keep the temperatures down and for the carcasses and stuff. The boxes are set at 34 to 35 degrees on the hanging boxes.
Yeah. Okay. So pausing for station identification on talk to a farmer, talk to a rancher, in this case, talk to meat processors. We're up here in the Globe area in Gila County, and I'm going to give props to Gila County Farm Bureau once again. Angie Newbold is their president, and both the Sullivans standing on either side of myself are on the board. If you have any questions, any comments, if there's a family member or a friend on there, at least tell us hi. Sometimes we do have questions, and Joel, it looks like there might not be any right now. But thank you for those that have joined us live. Just so you know, we saved this to the Instagram account. You might pass this on to your network in case they want to see this entire and amazing series on meat processing, especially these local meat processing facilities run and owned by a family like the Sullivans. And we also upload it to the Arizona Farm Bureau website, or azfb.org, so people can watch this later. But if you're watching it live and you want to share it with your network, tell them where to find us on Instagram, AZ Farm Bureau. So, Steve, what would you consider the state of affairs when it comes the local, not, chain run or large company, but the local meat processing plants, or even if they're not necessarily a processing plant like yours is, maybe they just have sections of the beef come to them and then they cut it up in special packages and they actually have a retail front. I mean, what would you classify as the state of affairs here in Arizona?
You know, I'm trying to think about this. You think you can answer this one a little better than I can, or?
Oh, good night. The state of affairs as far as...
In terms of, like, is it growing?
I would say that it's growing. Everybody asks, excuse me, as customers come in, they're like, oh, you guys have a slow time, or, you guys are probably going to be kicking down, here pretty soon. And actually for us as our business, it hasn't. Other meat facilities that are, around, some of them can afford to go ahead and shut down to go ahead and do wild game.
Okay.
And, they can shut their facility down as far as domestic and switch it over to wild game. Us, we are straight domestic all the time.
And all customized.
All customized, yes, ma'am. But I would say for us, we may hit, actually, with the scheduling being anywhere from 4 to 6 months, in advance, I can go ahead and book everyone. It's usually busy, or I will go ahead and I am having to search up. I don't necessarily really have to search anybody up or end up calling customers, because eventually those spots are going to be filled. So what may look like a slow month will eventually be a full month within the next month or two before it be, like right now, for instance, August will go ahead and be filled before we hit July.
I bet. So the one thing that strikes me, I'll tell you two a story. So we have fillyourplate.org. It's a customer-facing website that we built in 2007 to just remind all of our Arizona families that, hey, if you want to buy directly from farmers and ranchers, there's all sorts of places you can do that. If you want to search for farmers markets all over the state, it's one of the most robust searchable databases out there. Again, fillyourplate.org. And then we upload recipes that have come from a lot of our farmers and ranchers, by the way. Every food website needs to have a recipe section, but I wanted ours to be different. So it's mostly, not exclusively, but mostly from our farmers and ranchers. And it's not just that kind of old-fashioned home cooked. It's, I have a produce grower, all of the recipe, and she does eat meat, but all the recipes she sent me were all of her vegetable recipes, and I tried every one of them, and they were wonderful. And then we have another searchable database. I can't remember what it is, Joel. Recipes? Farmer? Oh, yes. Okay, and that was the newest searchable database, was farms that people can visit. But so here's the story I want to tell you guys that it kind of confirms some of the things that you've been saying, is after COVID or right at COVID, we had about maybe 25 beef producers that you could buy from directly, whether it would be, they bought the beef, they finished it out, and they came to the Sullivans to harvest it. We had 25. Well, during the pandemic, that ballooned up all the way to 50. Now, some of those have dialed it back. They've decided not to do, custom harvesting and stuff like that. And many of them didn't have facilities like that. And that's the only thing that I get a vibe on sometimes. It'd be great if we had more local facilities like this, family-owned, really doing a dedicated job to your customers, to doing their beef or pork just like they want you to. And that's kind of neat. So, easy question this time, and I'll start again with you, Nicole. What inspires you?
Oh, boy.
Should I give you time to think? Should I tell another long story? No.
No.
We do have a comment from Red_81. Hello from mom and brother, and family has a scheduled time to visit.
Ah.
Oh, fun.
That would be my brother, Jason. Hi, guys.
Hi. Are they in California?
No, they actually live in Santan Valley.
Oh, yay. Well, hello, family. Now I feel like I know more of you.
Right.
So did your brother help you have a little bit more time to think about the question of what inspires you?
There's a lot of things that inspire me, but I would say I'm a faith-driven girl.
Awesome.
I love music. Music is what drives me. So anytime we're in here and it's quiet, I'm like, okay, nobody wants to talk this early in the morning. We're going to listen to, music, or music's already playing by the time we get in here.
Awesome.
So it could be a lot of stuff because I grew up that way with my dad being a DJ.
Oh, I love
Yeah,
it.
so I always had music around me.
Okay.
So I'm a music-driven girl who is faith-bound, and that actually is what inspires me the most to go ahead and be able to be the kind, loving wife and owner that I would like to go. That I would hope that I am today, as well as here for not only customers but as well as our workers who work with us.
Well, I can absolutely tell it. I can see it in your eyes. I can just sense it from your whole attitude. So easily inspired by the things of God. I heard a pastor say not too long ago, God made the day. That's why he says rejoice always. Mm-hmm. And if God made the day, it's a great day for me regardless what's in the midst of the day. And I thought, okay, I need to have that attitude myself. What inspires you, Steve?
I guess the Lord and the family.
Yeah.
And our community.
Mm-hmm.
This younger generation, we've got a little youth group going, Gila County Youth Builders. And that is one of our big goals, is that inspires me to keep driving, is to work with these younger kids, to get money out there, not just so much for college stuff, but for these trade schools, CDL stuff, wherever we can help them. I mean, that's probably what inspires us, is the Lord and helping this younger generation and the families in the community.
As a couple, that's what inspires us, is by having our group, is to be able to go ahead and do that and help the kids, because we weren't able to go ahead and have kids ourselves, but those two that are close to us know that their kids are our kids.
Yes.
And so we're able to go ahead and help out anybody and everybody that we can.
Yes. That strikes me, because I don't have my own kids, but sometimes what we get to do on behalf of our communities, all of a sudden you end up with more kids than you thought you would.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Yeah.
Actually,
Kids and
yes.
family,
Yes, we do. We do. We end up with a lot of them.
Yeah.
I apologize, I didn't have the mic right on you when you were talking, but hopefully everybody heard it.
We just have a couple more comments. Becky Lou, 58, said music since she was born because of her daddy. And then Red_81 said seek him first, and the rest will take care of itself.
Oh, amen. I love this. You guys, this is an inspiring chat. So I have one more question. I want to know from both of you what your favorite cut is, whether that's pork or beef. And then in the meantime, look at all of these. And you said this was kind of the older system, but I thought it was fun. That's why I wanted to stand here.
So that was the traditional stamping, and then now it's went to a labeling system.
So, Nicole, show us how it works.
So if for whatever reason I'm on chuck roast, I'll go ahead and select chuck roast, and it'll print it out. Now, if I go ahead and have, say, 6 or 8 of them, I can hold on to it and I can have it print out however many, but it gives me a print preview of what it looks like.
That is so cool.
That way I can make sure that that's exactly what I'm printing. I also do it for not just ourselves, but I do have customers that do schedule anywhere from 2 to 3 beef a month with us. Oh, wow. And so I'm able to go ahead and get their stuff on here. So I'll take, for instance, Griffin Ranch, which is Carol Platat. It's Carol Platat out in. Yeah. So she actually will have her logo So I designed it to where I can put their logo on their packages when I'm going ahead and doing it for their customers.
Tell her hi for me. I haven't seen her forever, and she's a sweetheart.
Yes, she's actually going to go ahead and be coming in August
Okay.
to go ahead and drop off some Highlands for us.
That's what I was going to say. Doesn't she have the Highland cattle?
Yes, she has the Highland cattle, yes.
Love it. Well, I haven't seen her forever, so if she watches this.
Yes, I'm
Hello.
pretty sure she will.
So what's your favorite cut, whether it be beef or pork? Or?
My favorite cut, it would be, let's see here. I would have to say our cube steaks and our finger steaks is what my favorite cut would be. And the cube steaks are what traditionally everybody knows as chicken fried steaks. And then the finger steaks are just the same thing, only about an inch and a half long to about an inch wide.
Oh no, they're an inch by inch and 6 inches long.
Yes, 6 inches long, so that we run through the tenderizer once, as to where the cube steaks we go ahead and run through twice.
Okay.
So those are something that's easy. And then I recently went ahead and made for Steve. I just took the finger steaks and just cut them down into which would be considered as cube steak nuggets.
Oh.
So. Yeah.
And it's a lot of versatility in those cuts. You can do a lot with them
Yes.
in your cooking.
Well, and especially with Steve, since he is limited on what he can go ahead and eat, I was able to go ahead and do cube steaks without having to go, or cook the cube steaks without having to go ahead and bread them.
Okay.
So I would put them in my Instapot and season them, put them in the Instapot, mashed potatoes, and I'd already have a full meal by the time the Instapot was done. He didn't like it at first because
I'm the
country boy of I need my food fried.
Yeah.
Why this is not going to taste good, and it's a staple in the house. As far as
That would probably be my favorite deal is the finger steaks. All of our ranch families, the kids love them. It's a simple meal for the kids. You can fry them up, ketchup, barbecue sauce, and they can eat them. That's probably one of our biggest deals here is if you come to us and tell us, hey, this is how we eat, that's how we're going to cut it, is to conform to how you guys want to eat it. Not, hey, this is what you're getting and that's it. If you tell us, hey, we want this, or there's special cuts you want, we're going to work our best to get that to you.
So I can demand specific cuts with, specific size and shape and weight.
Yeah.
Okay.
We have another comment from Evan Club. He says, I'm pretty proud of you guys, and it better be ribeye, Steve.
Well, you can tell that the gentleman that just posted that my favorite cut is a ribeye.
yes.
I love ribeyes, and I love a really, really quality ribeye. And maybe I should get my beef here, although it's just me and myself in my house, and I don't know if I could do a whole beef. And on that point, do you guys have your own beef? And how often, like one a year or what?
No, so we raise our own beef here. And it's on, like, if you come to us and say, hey, we want a grass-finished beef, we will raise your grass-finished beef. It's on grass in a supplement tub called Rio Max.
Okay.
That's the only certified grass tub that I know is out there. And if you want a grain-finished beef, we're going to get you a grain-finished beef. And you can come here and look at them, pick one out if you want.
Oh, okay. It's
we
very
raise-
custom.
We raise our own pigs here. We'll do probably 100 a year through here for our customers. This is about as custom as you're going to get. If you come in here and need something, we're going to take care of you.
So a lot of then the animals you're raising obviously is not just for yourself, but your customer, but for you to individually, when you decide to slaughter for your own freezer, then it's maybe one or two. Is that what you said earlier? One or two beef or?
For us ourselves, we're probably one a year for ourselves.
That covers it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And a lot of times the way that we eat, we use we'll take an older cold cow, they would call them, and make it into burger and finger steaks and that kind of stuff.
Okay. So any final thoughts, comments? Oh, wait.
We do have one final comment from Becky Lou, 858. No matter the cut, you will not be disappointed. Not just because I'm family, it's a true fact.
Aww,
We
I don't know.
appreciate it.
Thank you, Mom.
On that note, maybe we should end. Who can exceed or surpass that? But any
Exactly.
All I can say is we thank the Lord for
Yes.
giving us this opportunity,
Yes, most
this
definitely.
facility, for our relationship, and for us to have this time with you.
Thank you.
That's all I have to say.
Yeah,
is
Ditto.
thank the Lord. You know.
Yes.
Glory to God.
Yes, ma'am.
And on that note, stay tuned. We may have one or two other meat processing plant experiences in the series, and/or we may launch a new series. So stay tuned. Thank you.
Thank you.